can get a state where you get your food, your nutrition on a subtle level. You still have to eat, but you get it from the spiritual realm or
How
layer.
do you get your food from the spiritual realm?
Well, this is just energy. You can get energy, and this energy is then transformed into physical matter type of energy, but in its pure form. It does not have to be digested on a physical level. So it's the pure thing. It's exactly what you need then, and whatever. But you need to be very, very highly advanced, and to be immortal, you need this so-called rainbow body. This is like a new body, but it's still a physical body, but it adds an etherical layer on it. It's basically the body that Jesus is supposed to have. Yes, this is it's basically the same, and you see it in the Taoism. The highest kind of practice they had, the highest goal was to get a rainbow body. And there are ancient scriptures that explain this. There are even lists of people that have achieved this state of immortality with the rainbow body. And this exercise, so the last exercise would, I've read it with Mantak Chia. Do you know Mantak Chia? Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He wrote about it in his book. So he said that this final exercise to get the rainbow body, yes, which would be the crown of Taoism, would be like about 350 years at least. So if a person is perfectly doing the exercise, then he would still need about 300 to 400 years to come to the point where the person is getting the rainbow body.
And then you speak about, well, it's said in the Bible that people lived up to 800 years and this, that, and the other. But of course, look, there's lots of things that were said in the Bible, and lots of things that we don't believe for good reason, like Jesus raising the dead and walking on water. So most of us wouldn't believe that people could live to be 350 years old, nor would we believe that people could exist without food. Even the greatest of gurus that we've known, they'll eat something. They're all known to have ate something for the sustenance. But it is true. There's a lot of truth that we all vastly overeat. That's one of the things we do. You just look at everybody's body and you can see that that's self-evident. We can survive on surprisingly little. And so if a guru is very sedentary and has great control over his body and his cravings and all this sort of thing, then he will only eat what his spirit tells him to, his life force tells him to, which maybe is just one small meal per day. And maybe he will only sleep for, a couple of hours because he's spending most of his time sedentary and in a calm state where he's not burning the energy. You see, with busy lives, everybody's, exhausted at the end of the day. And of course, they need to sleep. Now, what I've discovered about myself is that, in my time of life now, I'm only needing about 4 or 5 hours sleep a day. And I'm still, pretty active, and I'm wondering what that's about, but I just seem to be very satiated just to have like 4 or 5 hours. That's enough for me. And so I do know that when I eat less, then I seem to be more energized because the blood and the energy of the body isn't going into the stomach and the digestive system to break this food down, because there's a high percentage of the energy comes from the food is taken up in the actual breaking down of it. And this is why it's not a good idea to eat meat and things like that. Much more less complex foods, and then chewing your food a great deal to help your digestive system. So I do, I have an adherence with all that sort of stuff. When we get more spiritual, then we do need less sleep. We are more energized. We don't need that much food, and we would have much greater powers of perception in perceiving spirits and entities in people.